Hello Internet, it is Thursday, January 27th. Welcome to my vlog. When I was 12 years old, I was out at dinner with my mom and one of her friends, and they were making fun of me for being a fan of New Kids on the Block. Now, in my defense, it was 1990 at the time and I was 12, and if you were a 12-year-old girl in 1990, chances are that you were a fan of New Kids on the Block, at least enough to buy a tape or two. And I had all of their tapes. I mean, all. I didn't go so far as to buy the bedspread and lunchbox, but I did have a New Kids on the Block t-shirt, and I wore that thing with pride, because I was a Donnie Wahlberg fan, and he was awesome. And to defend myself, he has the biggest career out of all of them now. But anyway, my mother was making fun of me for being a fan of Donnie Wahlberg and liking New Kids on the Block, and to make her shut up, I said, completely straight-faced, someday, New Kids on the Block is going to be bigger than the Beatles. No, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. I will redeem myself, I swear. 20 years later, and I still have not lived this down. It is such a family legend, this line of mine, that I am not able to talk about liking anybody in pop culture without someone saying to me, but are they gonna be bigger than the Beatles? And the thing is, I loved the Beatles when I was 12. I loved them just as much as New Kids on the Block. I'd been listening to them already for years on the radio. I think I was 9 when I heard Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds for the first time. I was the girl that would get in everybody's face about the Beatles when I was in junior high. Like, yeah, you think they're cool, but the Beatles are cooler. I did a report on John Lennon. So me loving the Beatles was no small thing. And when I was 15, I suffered all the way through The Lives of John Lennon, and I can't remember who wrote it right now, but I'll put the name and a link to it in the doobly-doo, because that book was awful. I hated that book. It was such a Paul McCartney ass-kissing fest, while also simultaneously like putting the smackdown on John Lennon, and as a John Lennon fan at 15, I was greatly offended by this book. But that's not the point. The point is that I knew the Beatles were awesome. I've always known the Beatles were awesome. The first dance at my wedding that I danced with my husband to was the Across the Universe version of All You Need Is Love. Our walk out processional at my wedding was a Beatles song. So yeah, I'm a fan of the Beatles. Now, as it turns out, I learned this today, there is a school in Liverpool that gives degrees in Beatles Studies. There is a woman who is a former Miss Canada contestant who just was the first person in history to receive her master's degree in Beatles. You can get a degree in the Beatles. It's enough to make me want to finish my undergrad degree and go back to school so that I can get a master's degree in the Beatles. You can get a master's degree in the Beatles. This has made my whole day. And you know, sure, there's no New Kids on the Block degree, and that's probably for the best. But I think I will be looking up this school in Liverpool and checking out tuition, because hot damn, that's awesome. That's all I have for you guys today. Later on I get to go to the airport and pick up my husband, which is why I'm wearing the I Heart My Geek shirt from thinkgeek.com. And yeah, check it out. You can hold a degree in the Beatles. It's amazing. You guys have a really good day. I will talk at you again tomorrow, and thanks as always for watching.